was sat there talking to a friend of mine the other day um, about Second Life, about other things in real life, and specifically failure. Now, we all went to school at some point, and we discovered quite often that there were people in the class who would lean over the shoulder of the person next to them copying their homework because they couldn't be bothered to do the research or to actually do the learning themselves. Now, that might seem all well and good if you just want to pass an exam. But in real life, there's an issue, right? If you're copying a person who's building something and their path is destined for failure, let's say, because they might have copied what they're building from someone else who inevitably fails and their creation falters, and so they end up shutting it down, and because they don't get visitors, they don't get customers, whatever. Basically, the problem is it's called originality. People are constantly looking for something that's interesting, different, and attractive. So I'm just finishing my pot noodle off here. So there was something that they used to talk about. I've heard this many times from people who talked about classes. If you put 50 people who have been categorized of a certain IQ in the same room, and all of these people are basically dropouts, right? They lack imagination, they lack creativity. And every single one of these 50 people is looking to steal an idea or something from another person to make their gold mine or their pot of gold, whatever you want to call it. But because everybody in this class is all the same, they're all looking to cheat or take inspiration from someone else in the class, and they're all doing it to each other. And what usually happens is this is like mucking about, because nobody's got any inspiration or any ideas, so they start fighting about and mucking around, throwing things around the classroom. And the teacher comes back and says, "What's all this then? I gave you homework. Have you done your homework?" And they all go quiet. But somebody's looking for someone else to blame now. So somebody in the classroom who's maybe vulnerable or is a bully, or might point the finger at someone like, "Oh, it was this faults there, or it was her fault, miss. You know, regarding all the chaos in the classroom. Right? So I'm jumping around a bit here, but this is what life's about. Like, you see, you get people who basically they're looking for their pot of gold, right? And if you put everybody over the same IQ level, the same category, all in one room, failures. Let's just say the word. 50 failures in one room. They just become better failures. Sometimes what you got to do is think outside the box. Yeah. You've got to think outside the box, you know? You've got to think of something that no one else has done before. That's legal, obviously. That's creative. But you know, we lack a lot of creativity in this world because when you look around, you see the vandalized and the graffiti. And I could never understand why people would paint graffiti on the sides of buildings that most of the time you can't even read it. I can't anyway. I'm not sure about you, but it's more like art. So a lot of people call it art, but it doesn't serve any real purpose. Art is something to stimulate your mind and create some sort of reaction, is basically what it's about. But does it lead anywhere? I mean, maybe it would lead you into also becoming an artist. Say, oh, I'd like to do something like that. But then it's not very productive though, is it? I mean, having a painting on the wall, you might be able to make a sale. Maybe you could paint something like that and sell a painting. But from what I understand, nearly every single artist that's ever lived has never made a penny until they died. And it's usually the relatives who inherit the art that make the money in the first place. Usually artists never make any money, because you see, the art is, as long as the person's alive, there's no value for some reason. Maybe it's because you can always get them to paint something else, but when they're gone, all of a sudden their art, their artistic work, it's unique now. It's no longer got anybody else that can actually duplicate or paint that particular painting. So I'm diverging a bit, but I'm just trying to show you what I mean about creativity. Creativity is something that is unique to an individual who created it, that maybe someone else can't copy. So when you start copying homework at school, you're not actually creating an original piece of artwork or anything. You're just copying numbers down, and it has no value. You might get a certificate, but at the end of the day, if you can't maintain that quality that your certificate says that you can do, then you're not going to last very long in a job or in whatever kind of work environment you want to be in. It's soon going to be discovered that you're just useless. So the person who cheats at school is going to end up doing a very pretty menial job anyway. You know, road sweeper or someone else. So the qualification doesn't do you a lot of good if it's not founded in your own homework and research, and you didn't learn how to pass that certificate on your own. But you know, there's a lot of people like that. You know, there's an awful lot of people that they don't think about tomorrow, really. They think about today. I just want to get good marks. I just want to get good marks, and then I'm out of here. Is the attitude. Oh, I got my certificate. I wave it in front of all my buddies under their noses. Oh, look, I've got A plus or whatever. But it's a worthless piece of paper if you haven't done the homework. So I'm getting on to the main topic, which is why I'm talking about all this. In Second Life, we've got a situation where people create and build sims, fire stations. I mean, obviously, I'm at a fire station right now, which is Chagrin Falls. We have quite a lot of people who build, right? And do you know what? Do you know 90% of these people do? Guess what 90% of these people actually do when they build something. They look over the shoulders of their neighbours. So I'm going back to what we were talking about a bit ago, or what I was talking about, where people are looking for ideas because they don't have enough ideas of their own, right? Not everybody's like that though. Some people are very good and imaginative and create some pretty unique things in Second Life. They build some pretty amazing things. But there's a problem. There's a huge lack in advertising or recognition. It's like that art I was talking about. People don't appreciate it until you're gone. But there's another thing. There's another problem. It's not a piece of physical art. So it might have been worth a fortune in real life, but because you no longer paying the bill, it's gone. So people build stuff all the time in Second Life. We've got new neighbours right next door in a building, and what do you think they'll be doing? Oh, they'll be looking at neighbours to see what they've got. That's what they do. Oh, she's got a water fountain. Oh, I'd love to get that water fountain. Oh, I'm going to click on it and see who made it. And next thing you know, you've got a bunch of people in the same region who've also got the same water fountain. But it's lost its attraction now, because instead of one water fountain that was attractive, you got a half a dozen of them all scattered around the same region. You think, oh my God, everyone's gone for the same water fountain. Wow. Oh, they must be popular. That water fountain must be really popular. Everybody's buying it. No, it's because somebody lacked the imagination about buying something that was unique, and they couldn't be bothered to go and look on Marketplace or look on the shops to find something that would suit them personally, or even make something that would suit them personally. Now, I've got no qualms or disagreements with anyone, especially not Calvin, who helps us with his fire station. But even he made me aware of what happens sometimes, because he told me, I'm gonna go looking around at some other fire stations, and I thought to myself, well, to a certain degree, he's right, because fire stations are pretty unique in the fact that you need specific types of equipment that, in order to fight the fires, in order to populate the fire station with the right kinds of equipment, you do need to get a good idea of the kinds of equipment you need around the fire station, right? but it seems to end there. Um, once you once you once he's looked at this stuff and he's got it fully furnished with all that equipment, it's like, I've done it, I've finished. But you need to get people to come to the fire station. You need to get people to come to the land that you're managing, you're building, right? How do you get people to come? People need something that inspires them. Something that makes them feel, oh, this place is cool, it's got so and such a thing. Oh my God, I'm going to go there, it's really neat. You see, everyone's got a different attraction, as in personal attraction towards certain things, if you know what I mean. Some people might like amusement arcades. Some people might like a racing track. Some people might like a boxing ring. Rink, is it rink? Ring. Anyway, boxing ring. Anyway. So you basically end up thinking, oh my God, that I'd have to build a whole frigging city. But yeah, people have done that as well. You know, there's quite a few people in Second Life who have actually built mini cities. I think there's one right next door, but it recently disappeared. Why? It had just about everything there. I mean, what's happened to people? People seem to the young people anyway, have lost touch with value, as in what is valuable and what is useful and interesting. It's like the mindset is shrinking. So people's interests and priorities have shrunk down to a very small level. I mean, it's a lot of it's to do with sex, right? Let's just say it. I don't want to keep saying that word, but that seems to be where everyone's congregating right now in Second Life. Now, there's different regions. There's general, there's adult, there's, you know, just like a movie is rated. There's different regions. Now, if you're in a specific region that's rated as adult, you can get a lot more traffic, a lot more people coming there because there's more flexibility to what you can actually have there. But people seem to frown at regions that are classed as general because a lot of the young generations find them boring. Oh, well, that's boring. You can't do so there. You can't do this. You can't do that. So, what is it with Second Life? Why is it so bland? And let's look at the map. Let's just look at the world map. Now, when an area is highly populated, you'll see a lot of dots. Let's see. Look at this. A love heart. Actually, it's actually quite late in the morning. It's 3 a.m. A lot of people are working during the week, so I will give them that. But look over here. We've got a whole bunch of green dots right there, right? Those are people, right? There's something very interesting going on there. We've got a whole bunch more green dots up here, right? There's something interesting going on there too. Most of these places are music events, as in concerts or shopping malls. People go there to buy things. One of the things we notice mostly in Second Life right now is that there's so many builders. There's always new builders. Because the previous builders have already gone through that process of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and they've basically come to the end of the road and they've abandoned it and walked away. So there's always abandoned land, because there's always somebody that wants to try it. So we never see a population explosion, that never happens. And in order to actually go over there, I'd have to teleport to show you, but I've been over there before, I camped over there, but I don't know how far I can actually go over there, to be honest with you. I don't think I can go over there very far. I'm going to increase my draw distance. This is going to lag me out pretty bad. But I'm going to have... See, I'm lagging out really bad now. I'll bring it down a bit. Let's just go over and have a look. See if I can get anywhere near that place, but... it takes a while to load because there's a lot of stuff loading right now. So the world map. So I want to have a look over there if I can cam over there. I think I'm lagging my stream out as well. I want to go way over there, but I don't think I can cam over there that far. I don't think I can. Everything's resin right now. I increase my draw distance to a huge amount. I normally don't do it that far because it really lags me pretty bad. Can I actually get over there? I don't think I can right now. And unless I get closer, then I can see an object to hook onto. This is, you know how much memory this is using right now? I'm using 64% of my 16 gigabytes of memory right now, and it's still loading all this stuff because I've just increased my draw distance from way out there. Why isn't my freaking mouse working? I can't get over that. Let me just try. Oh, try zooming in that way. What is it about Second Life that 90% of the land is barren? There's nobody there. Now, if I come too far, everything's just going to disappear anyway, because there's some sort of unspoken rule that you're not supposed to come too far. The map's not loading. Give it a minute. I was trying to look down here. I am looking down there. Almost. My view is still not quite right, but there's something very interesting that's over here that is attracting a lot of people, and it's probably a party. I counted miles. Is it this one? Let's see. Everything's still resin right now. Let me come out. I'm actually right here, so... Oh, I want to be to the right. Let's go over here. I'm lagging myself out bad. Everything's still not rezzed. I am right on top of it, look. Right there, look. I'm just a little bit, I want to be a little bit further back. It must be down here. It's a mystery. There must be something really cool. Probably a dance. It's most likely a dance. Oh, look at this cup. This looks interesting. This is like a piece of art in itself. I'm right next to all these people, but they could be on a different elevation. They could be miles above me. I bet it's a shopping mall. Or it's a different elevation. So if I get close enough on minimap, and I right click on someone, click on cam, we'll see where the interesting. Oh look, they're underground. They're all underground. What the hell? This is what I'm saying. Come to someone else. They're underground. Now I can't see them because certain regions you're not allowed to see because I'm too far away. But these people are all underground. Yeah, what does that say? I have no idea how to get out of this now. I can't get out of this because I've gone too deep underground. But yeah, this is what I mean. Everyone's hiding. World map. This is what I'm saying about Second Life. So these people are obviously copying one another because they're all doing the same thing. They've chosen to go out of the real world or physical Second Life world, out of nature into some very dark place. It is dark. I mean, look, I can't see anything. Good thing actually. I don't think I want to see what's going on down there, to be honest with you. Anyway, I'm gonna come out. Maybe I can. Oh, there we am. I managed to get myself basically back above ground, more or less. But I just love all the nice houses and the shops that people build. But there's never hardly anybody there. You see maybe one person or two people there, and they're the ones building it, and then it's gone because nobody ever comes. And I think that's so sad. You get a lot of interesting people who build interesting things, who have some sort of imagination. Not everybody does, but there was one place. That's a shop area. That's a cool place. It's a really cool place, that. But obviously it's early in the morning, so there won't be anyone around. But there's usually people around, right? There's usually people shopping and buying things. But around 90% of the time it's a desert, right? It's just a shame, really. There's such a lot of cool art. Look at this. This is amazing. Look at this. Somebody's done something. This is original thinking, whatever this is. Yeah, and I found a cyborg prison. My friend was asking me about it. Yeah, there's a cyborg prison. It's kind of weird because you go there and there's all these robots or parts of robots lying around, and yeah. Anyway, I think that's it. I'm gonna go because I want to talk to my friend, and we'll see. See you later.